Hey everyone, if this is your first time meeting me, my name is Lauren Saracione. I am a 20-year fitness professional, and in my body, I had years and years of binge eating, and my last binge was in 2010, and my emotional state has, believe it or not, triggered digestive issues and problems with my intestines. And in 2017, at the peak of my psychosomatic, according to Dr. John Sarno, my mental emotional state of being split really led to cervical disc herniations in my body. Now, I want to share with you about day one because I've been doing day one every day for like a really long time. And so sometimes I feel like when we can see somebody who has aesthetic results, or if they're feeling better in your body, it can feel like it's so far away from where you are. And that's exactly how I felt. And I know that when I was ready to make the changes for my health, like it wasn't even about like losing weight or getting to a certain aesthetic or the aesthetic that I'm in right now. It was about like, how do I just like stop this anguish? And how do I put one foot in front of the other? Because I had the belief system that if I was told what to do, I would be able to follow it. So that's number one. If you go to an expert, right, like in any category of life, if it's financial, or if it's relationships, or it's with like learning how to flip houses, if you have the belief and the desire that all you have to do is show up and implement what they're sharing with you and you will get the results, that's like amazing. Like that's your emotional intelligence, your foundation to actually move forward and do the things necessary to create those changes in whatever category of life we're in, right? So your day one, as far as it goes for exercising, whether you're in pain or whether you're not, whether you have an injury that you're dealing with or you're not, there are foundational basic things that you want to do to your physical body. Your physical body holds energy just like anything else does. And I think like the physical body can electrically charge a light bulb. Like that's how much electricity, energy we generate. So when we're moving our body, we're actually moving energy. And we have like these energy points at all of our joints that really help us open up and expand and feel really good and relaxed, kind of like after a massage or after you pop your pain reliever. And these energetic points in our body, when they get constricted, when we are sedentary so much, if we're stuck on the couch because we don't feel good, or if we're stuck behind a desk because that's what our work requires us to do, those energy points kind of get locked up. And if you think about how like have you ever like tied a knot and or like if your necklace got into a knot or your shoelace and it's like you go to pull the wrong lever and it gets tighter? Well, that's kind of like what happens to your whole body. It just gets tighter and more knotted and more constricted. And it's like a kink in the hose. If there's a kink in the hose, the water won't move through. That's the same thing with energy. And the thing is though, is that the energy is emotions. We measure energy by emotion. So when we are looking at our body because we want it to be fit, we want to go exercise, we want to go do the things, and then we immediately have this like mental loop in our head telling us how we can't achieve that, or you know, there's something special about someone else who has a more fit body. When we start to go through that weird cycle, and then we start to think about all the ways in which we are judging ourselves not measuring up also, because of that one trigger of the physical body, that's really where all the magic is. Because if you can withstand that process and still move forward and still exercise and still lift the weights and still go to your Pilates class and still go do your walk, even if it's 20 steps, if you can withstand the energetic that happens when you're wanting to move forward in your physical body, that's going to get you through not just to day one, but to day two. Because I think what's really lacking in the fitness industry is that we are looking at the body as the end result and we're looking at diet and exercise as the only way to get to the result. And we are discounting every law of the universe that says energy first, material second. That says what we focus on is what we find. That says where our focus is, that's where energy goes. So when you're looking at your day one, when you're like psyching yourself up for your new exercise program or your Monday that you're going to hit the gym finally, right? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. When you're psyching yourself up for that, know, K-N-O-W, be prepared that your energetic, your emotional state, your mental state that has created the body and lifestyle that you are in right now is going to stomp his or her feet. It's basically like the terrible twos. When you have a 2-year-old and they're starting to figure out, I'm literally physically separate from my parents. I am a separate entity than them, and I technically don't have to listen to what they say because I can run away. The no phase of the terrible twos is similar to what we go through on our day one. Because if we want to have a more fit body, whatever that looks like to you, it's going to require a different mental, emotional state. Because believe it or not, fit people who have a longevity, what's the word? Like we use the word all the time. It's like sustainable. People who have a sustainable, fit lifestyle, they have a completely different thought process to maybe how I was and maybe where you're struggling with having a mental, emotional state that says I can't, or I'm not good enough, or that we have a self-esteem issue that we're saying only when we look a certain way will we feel better about ourselves. And because we feel so bad about ourselves, that energy is preventing any of our diet and exercise stuff to work for us. So we've got to take a step underneath the rug, or like go another step down the staircase first before we can climb up another flight, because the mental, emotional state of our thoughts and feelings and beliefs all tell our physical body how to function, because chemicals secrete out of the brain that match the thoughts, beliefs, and actions, and tells us what we're capable of. So if you want to have a sustainable lifestyle of having a fit, athletic body that's mostly prepared, that's prepared to do most things at any given moment, you have to understand that in order to have that body long term, you have to change what's in these two places that got you to where you are now. Because a fit body is not going to be created by someone who doesn't like themselves and who refuses to take care of themselves. So this is your day one that you really want to be thinking about, because almost every exercise program is going to get you results. Almost every diet that you do is going to get you results. You can do it, but it's the emotional, the energetic state of what you think you're capable of and your self-esteem that's going to trigger thought processes in your brain that says, yes, that is true. You will not be able to do that. This diet is not going to work. And then you go out and you live your life and someone says, hey, you want a cupcake? And that thought and that feeling say, well, of course I do, because this shit isn't going to work anyway. So I want you to think about that. And, you know, we're almost done with January. And if you set these goals for January and you have not been successful, these are the reasons why you haven't been successful. And if you want to learn more, come to this Saturday's masterclass at 11 a.m. because I'm going to share with you all of this stuff that you need to know, not just about day one, but also how to do the workouts, how to pick your weights, how to pick your exercises, and how to be in this mental, emotional awareness for the stuff that's going to come up as you keep improving your physical fitness and your health. So if you have any questions, you can definitely DM me. You can DM me for the link for Saturday's masterclass. You will be invited to do an upgrade of it where I'm going to give you a workout program. You're going to follow it, and you get access to videos so that everything is spelled out for you, plus one check-in. So you can schedule a check-in a couple months down the line to be like, hey, I followed all of these, right? This is for someone who's really independent. I followed all of these. I'm at a plateau. What do I do next? Like, that's a great way to do the check-in. You're also going to be invited to 6 months of Mastermind Coaching. So 6 months of Mastermind Coaching is a little different than one-on-one, and it's actually a little bit better, a lot better, because when you're in a mastermind, you're going to be able to hear from other people having experiences that you will probably have, but you're like being aware of all of the different ways that your mental emotional state is going to be interacting with you as you're making these physical changes in your body. So Mastermind Coaching is really awesome because you'll have hot seat coaching where you'll be able to ask me any question that you want, fine tune your workout program, whatever. And you're going to be able to listen to other people, and you're going to be able to support other people, and they're going to be able to support you, which is going to really empower you. Because when we're changing our physical body, if we don't have a supportive environment in our living space with our spouse or with our kids or with our siblings or with our parents, if we don't have something that is supportive, it's really hard to withstand it. So the mastermind's going to give you like automatically a group of people who are going to be supportive of you to help you stay motivated and help you feel loved, because this stuff is hard. And when you're pulling up mental emotional stuff that doesn't feel good, you want to be maybe you don't want to be loved. That's a different issue, but it's going to help you if you put yourself into a loving environment with a group of people who are kind of like working on the same thing and who want to support you because they too understand the mental emotional component. So you show up for them, they show up for you, I show up for all of you, and you get your results. So yeah, I think that's all I want to say. And I also kind of want to say day one is forever. Day one is forever. I have really good friends in my life that support me when I hit a new edge of growing into a new mental emotional version of myself that I haven't been in before because of my bullshit. And then I also have a really good friend that helps me with my macros and understanding food a little bit better. And I'm on a day one of a different phase. So it's always day one. Always, always, always day one. All right. Bye.